Bahrain, we welcome Harley. Welcome to the finish line. Congratulations.
Yep, that really happened. It's done. I even still have the number on. Welcome everybody to a new video. I've been putting off this video for a while now, and I was supposed to put out this video in series, but oh my god, life got so busy all of a sudden. So busy. Race week was probably the busiest week of the whole month in a very long time. So when my plan was to rest well, my days consisted of work, editing, more work, and a huge lack of sleep. But now that all of that is behind us, thank God, and that Ironman is out of the way, I'm gonna compile this into a one video which explains the whole thing. Well, before I start, I just firstly want to and have to thank God. Always comes first because I'm just human, and for me to achieve, or for anybody to simply achieve such a feat is just very inhuman. And secondly, I'd like to thank my wife for her support on this crazy journey where she was worried sick because I basically didn't train for this one. So I gave myself 1 month to train, and out of that 1 month, I probably trained 15 days out of that 1 month due to heavy workload. And my training days consisted of half an hour workouts. But I did it, and that means if I can do it, you can do it. Put and set your mind to it and train smart. Well, I'm gonna say that having a base is very, very important. So having a base is key, but you gotta start somewhere, right? And then I'd also like to thank my sponsors, my supporters, who without them, all of this wouldn't have been possible. Firstly, I'd like to thank Perfectly Pressed for everything that they have done for me. Raw Candy, Reps Fitness Studio, that without them, I don't think I would have finished this race injury-free, to be honest. And fourth but not least, Try Life for their continued support over the years and for supporting me in this race. Thank you so much, guys. Now on to the video. First of all, my kids got sick in race week, and that means that I got sick eventually. It's how it goes when you have kids. They fall sick and eventually you get sick too. So that was a pretty bad time to get sick. I was congested throughout and during the race. I still am actually congested. I was congested during the race, which made it much more difficult to breathe. It was just the breaths that I had to take. Let's talk about training. Now, I have talked about this before, but let me clarify that I have done 3 swims, 3 bike rides, and not more than 5k runs, which I did I think twice a week, and 1 10k run to have that confidence that, hold on a second, I'm gonna be running a half marathon, which is 21.1 kilometers. So how about I run at least half the distance? So I did 1 10k before the race, and that was basically it. And I did a lot of strength training at Reps Fitness Studio. So this was basically an experiment and a challenge, and luckily I came out of it in one piece, injury-free, and that was the goal. So the swim began at 6:30 a.m. but we went way earlier. We were one of the first people there to check in our bikes.
Hey Amir, how are you feeling?
I feel good.
Bike ready to go. It's pretty windy here, so.
Now, I didn't sleep for 2 days before the race. I think the total amount of sleep that I got, 4 to 5 hours, I just could not sleep. I couldn't sleep. I tried everything and I wouldn't fall asleep. Now, on race day, we went very, very early.
We are headed to the race venue. I'm exhausted right now. Haven't slept well in 2 days, but hopefully we make it to the finish line in one piece.
We put our bags in and we got ready for the swim. It was such a beautiful day. It was a nice calm swim. I did the swim in a pretty good time considering the amount of practice that I had. Now the bike part was the part that really broke me. Now on the way there, like on the way to the F1 circuit, was all fun and games until I entered the circuit. That was when things got a little bit, the winds, and the ups and the downs, oh my god, and the way back, I was just broken. Now one mistake that I did was I had to pee, and I held that for the whole 90k, and that was very, very uncomfortable. I couldn't even go aero because of how I felt, so that was bad. After I eventually reached transition 2, I took my time, I went to the bathroom because I was already broken. I have learned from my mistakes in the past, and if I wanted to finish this race in one piece, I had to take it one step at a time. I just went one step at a time, 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other, and that's how I did it. It was 4 laps around the Bay Area. The third was, that's it. And the 4th lap was horrible. I just had to drag myself through the finish line, but I eventually finished. We did this. Now, one thing that I just have to get off my chest are the volunteers in the tent. I'm not saying that all of them were bad.
Mahmoud, he's gonna be helping us with our bags. He's helped me before in the marathon, and he's the best volunteer ever.
There were a few really lazy volunteers who were just there to have a good time. And I told them that. I told them, you guys suck. And they'd be talking to each other and they'd be flirting with each other, and they're busy doing their own thing. But the volunteers and the run and the aid stations were fantastic, beautiful people, smiling and cheering you on and just giving you all the support that they can. Everything else went super. Now, what I want to say and put out there is that you all should go for what you love and do what you love. I mean, for someone to do this race, this is such a great life lesson. Sport teaches you patience and persistence and perseverance. And that's why I love this sport. It really brings the best out of you. It takes the best out of you. It breaks you. It humbles you. It was a very technical course. I think that this was the hardest triathlon that I've ever done, but we did it. Not many people are in the idea of suffering, but I think that life is a series of suffering, and this just helps us put things into perspective. It helps us push through. It helps us push through the bad and the good and just smile, and be graceful. And I really wish that more people would smile. Even the day before the race, people weren't smiling much, but those who did smile and were high-fiving, those people are my heroes. Also, one very important point that I want to make is, if you want to do something, do it, and please do not compare yourself to others. If I compared my results and my training with others, I'd be depressed of how fast others were going and how well everybody did. Everyone beat me this time, but given my circumstances, I was super excited. Everyone is doing their own thing, so you gotta be doing your own thing too.
And now you got me thinking this could be real love. Ever since we began, I know we'd never end. Oh, it's real, but we